Alright, I'm back with another video. Decided today's topic was going to be how to create your own energy shield. Now, this should probably be like the first technique anybody should ever learn. I should have learned this one first, but I didn't. Well, when you think about an energy shield, you think like, I don't know, most people always be like, yeah, imagine a white bubble of energy, pure white divine light, surrounding your entire body in the shape of a bubble or pillar of light or whatever. Now, the only reason why you should ever really do that is just to strengthen your visualization, like your you being able to imagine shit better, or when you're trying to like flow energy into someone. Don't, as far as I know, don't ever just imagine a white light feeling surrounding your body. That's not about to protect you from nothing. Like that's like having water, that's like having a bubble of water around you, and I'm trying to hurt you. So say if you're coming to me for bottle, like if you could breathe in it, let's just say if you had a bubble of water around you, and I want to rob you, you about to get slumped. Like it's just that simple. Yeah, you got any shit in my mouth? Nope. It's just that simple. You're about to get slumped. Now, if you decide to think about that bubble of water being ice, as a protective shield of ice, now we're working with something. So when you think about having a shield, you think about it being like it's something that could really protect you, something solid that can protect you. Ice can probably protect you. Now it's gonna break a little bit, but this ain't regular ice. This is like etheric ice. Like this is the ice like they be having in fucking cartoons and shit, where they don't break. That's the type of ice you want to make. It could be fucking titanium metal. It could be whatever. It could be fire, but solidified, like solid fire. As long as your brain thinks that it's solid, as long as you can make it solid. Like for me, or let me say, not even solid. If it's something that can hurt somebody, like if it's fire, then yeah. If an entity try to touch it, even try to pass through that, it's about to get burned. Now that's something that can hurt an entity. So it may not have to be solid, but it's something that can hurt them. You can put up acid. I think that would be a good one too. Thought I saw a deer, but it's one of those fucking Christmas ornaments and shit. I don't got my glasses on, but here's another one. Like an Iron Man suit. Think of it being like an Iron Man suit. So you can have that energy solidify itself into a gauntlet that just wraps itself all around you and shit. You got the helmet, you got everything. You got your own little weapon systems and shit that like automatically just protect you whenever something comes near. Now, in the beginning, it's gonna be kind of weak because we ain't strong. You never done some shit like this before, so it's gonna be a little weak. But give it like, depending on who you are, give it like a couple of weeks of constant use. Like every time you feel threatened, just solidify it like that. Think about your armor. Think about you being protected. And one thing you want to do is program that shield too. That shield could be program it so that it reflects all negative energy and back at the attacker. Like so, say if you have like you got a abusive coworker and you go to work and he's always talking about something negative. You don't gotta be negative to you, but he's just being negative in general. And you just always feel some type of way when you see him. So you put up your shield, and immediately that energy that's coming in all directions, it could be coming to you, coming at another coworker. It's just, instantly this dude's negative. So it'll just reflect back at him. And you might be wondering, well, that's just hurting him. Well, we all got to deal with our energy anyway. So don't worry, concern yourself with what his energy. He made the conscious choice to be the asshole he wanted to be. So it don't matter. It really don't matter. As long as you protect your energy. That's all I can say. Protect your energy. You can't worry about other people. That's how you take on other people's problems, and then that's how you get depressed. And because you can't fix their problems. Nobody can fix another person's problems, but you can only ease it in certain ways. But it's always their conscious choice. It's their choice to be this way. It's their choice. And what else? Okay. You can program that shield for other things too. So say if you want to create a shield layer that can absorb ambient energy and transmute it into positive energy that will boost you. The only difference with this thing is, with this programming, is that you're not exactly, when you first starting off, this ain't something that you want to do. You have to, like, unless you have a clear, powerful vision of your own energy, you do not want to be messing with other types of energy, like from other people. Like, say if you created a shield that, so instead of creating a shield that reflects that mirror shield that reflects negative energy, you decide to absorb that negative energy and transmute it into positive. No. Like, if you're just starting off and you don't know much about your own energy, don't do this. I've done this. I was doing this for a long time. And when I was watching my brother's kids, my niece and two nephews, no, other people, especially the more they are, it will overload your shield. There's one time I was at this Joey Badass concert, and I decided to go in, and I put my shield up. I was feeling good. I put my shield up. I was high, put my shield up, everything's all right. Usually sometimes when I get high, I get a little scared, but this time, that depends on like my level of frequency and like how powerful I'm at. Usually when I don't put up a damn shield, I start freaking out a little bit. But I'm there. Everything's good, and I decided, I'm just gonna transmute some of these negative thoughts. Now I shouldn't have done that, because a good 200 people in here, it's probably more, I ain't counting, but it's probably like a good 200 to 500 people in this room, and everybody has some type of baggage or trauma. And I'm up here spreading light, thinking good thoughts like, oh, I love myself, I love my friends, I love my family. It's because when you send one thought, it ripples throughout everybody else. Like, your thoughts are not, your thoughts are not really of you. Like, you can constantly choose your thoughts, but the fact that you can constantly choose your thoughts means that your thoughts aren't really like yours. Like, they're just something that you create, but not really, they're not of you really. Like, because there are sometimes when you're just fucking thinking in your room about some shit, oh, I hate my mom, or I hate something. Like, why would you randomly just think that? It's not you who's thinking that. It's somebody else thinking. You translate that energy. Somebody could be walking by your house thinking about that, and then it just ripples back to you. But since you're just in a calm, natural state, you receive that energy. And other times when you're just like, you start getting depressed about money and stuff, and when you already know that you're financially stable, you got your job and stuff, why are you worrying about money and nothing's really hurt you yet? It's because you're worrying about somebody, you've attracted somebody else's thoughts. That's the point of putting up shields, so that you don't do that. You don't attract other people's energy, and you become like them. And basically, it's like how when people are always in packs, and you see people in groups together, and they all got a similar way they all act. Like, everyone's like a copy of each other. It's because everyone's copying and mirroring each other's energies. Nobody's bringing nothing new to the table, because everybody's mirroring each other. And that's what you don't want to do. You don't want to be someone else's copy. So you put that shield up, and you can remain yourself amongst the clones, basically. So, back to the story where basically I got you receive a backlash back. What you give out, you receive back, and it may not be good in the moment, but it's usually always a test. I noticed that. So when I sent out those positive thoughts, negative ones came back to test me to see if I'm really true on my word. So when I'm thinking, oh yeah, I love being here, I love my friends, I love myself, and it came back, and it was just like, I waited for a little bit. Like, I didn't know this at the time, but I waited for a little bit, and then it's just like, I don't want to be here. And I'm just like, wait, what? Why did that thought come here? That must have been someone else's thought. And this is when I didn't really have a powerful shield anyway. So thoughts can break through your weak little shield. And then I'm thinking, dang, why did I think that? Nah, I do want to be here. These are my friends and stuff. Now here's the thing: when you follow certain thoughts and they're negative, when you keep going spiraling deeper and deeper into that negative thought, it weakens you, like, considerably. Like, you go from love to fear, basically. Like, when you start thinking about, oh yeah, like, when you start holding on that thought about money and shit like that, and you're just like, damn, I don't have enough. I need to like get another job. I need to figure out a way how to make more money. Like, I'm not making enough. Yeah, you start spiraling deeper and deeper. Now, sometimes it's not always true, because you can stay in the neutral zone for a little bit because you're just trying to figure shit out. But as the day goes on, you keep thinking about that. You're losing more energy, wasting your time on a thought that's not going nowhere. You're spiraling deeper and deeper into depression. That's why they always say you're spiraling deeper into depression, because you're not figuring your way out. You're just worrying about one little subject. So when I started thinking about spiraling deeper into those negative thoughts, I felt something. It was like a click. It was like something. It was like a shatter. Honestly, it wasn't even like a click. It was a shatter. And on top of my head, my shield caved in, and I absorbed. Like, I can't say I absorbed everybody's negative energy. That would have probably killed me. But I absorbed a lot of negative energy, and nearly passed out on the spot. I had to, like, it took everything I had to to figure out what the hell just happened. And I instantly understood. My shield just broke, and I just absorbed negative energy. Okay, I'm like, all right, I'm about to glaze over. I'm just like, okay, don't freak out. I tell my mans, yo, I'm about to pass out. He looked at me, he's like, what? And I'm just like, bro, I'm about to pass out. And then he just goes, he's like, what do you mean? That's when I realized I can't rely on him. I gotta get the fuck outside. I gotta go out to some fresh air. So I walk. One of the dudes wasn't trying to let me outside because someone else had already passed out when we first came in. So that's when the moment I almost fell to the ground right there. But I picked myself back up and walked downstairs in this like little bar area, and I sat down and I just relaxed for like a couple of hours. The hours went by fast too. Like it wasn't even like, it didn't even feel like 2 hours. And more of that story was, when you're just first starting off, don't try to transmute people's energy. You ain't no master at that shit. You can't do that. Now, unless you're just natural with it, because I have my friend Jeffrey, he don't mind me bringing him up now. I told him about it. He's good at just transmuting energy. He ain't gonna do it all the time because this nigga be dumb. But he will try from time to time. It's not even he's trying, he just does it. We all naturally do it from time to time. When you dissuade a tense situation and you're fighting with your families and shit, and you're just thinking, oh wow, it's just like, oh yeah, calm down and stuff like that. Or look on the bright side. You're basically transmuting the negative situation into positive. That's why I said before, don't think about negative thoughts too much. Like, it's okay to think about them. Like, we're duality type beings. Like, we think on good and we think on evil. You have to think on good. You have to think on evil in order to view the good, and you have to think on good in order to view the evil in another light. Like, it's just that simple. You have to be neutral, though. You can't just stay too far on one line, because then you just get blinded by good and you get consumed by darkness or evil. I don't know why I say darkness, but you know what I mean. Like light and good, light and dark. Same thing. The light ain't inherently good either, because you look at the sun, it will burn the fuck out you. So, and you go too far in the dark, you'll lose your eyesight and you'll be blind walking around, or you'll freeze to death. So, exactly. But I'm trying to think of. Oh yeah. All right. There's other ways you can program your shield too, to have like certain personality traits stick out in front of the other ones. Like, you can I make this shield, make whatever shield you want. Sometimes my favorite to do is, I was watching Avatar, when they make the little earth shield around each other, when they just slam them drink each other, like they slam up against the wall and shit, and then the earth comes up, and then they're instantly protected. Yeah, that's what I like to do sometimes. And I'll think about how, and other times I put in other elements too, but sometimes I like to think about how this shield is not only like protecting me and making myself invisible to other entities, because you can make yourself invisible too, and to people as well. Like, I'll still see you, but you're just looking unopposing to me. There's nothing special about you. Like, you made your energy shrouded, so there's nothing special. There's nothing to look at, really. You're just a regular person, like every other not drone, but every other person in the world. There ain't nothing. They don't look like nothing special. But another way is like, yeah, you can put in certain personality traits. I'm trying to be more. I've programmed this shield to make me stronger, to make me more courageous, like more mentally fortified, make me more loving, to spread the energy of love. People will start to attract towards you a little bit more. You make a shield of abundance, so that money comes to you, and that wherever you walk. Though this is something that you have to build over time. No one can instantly just make one shield and automatically expect that this is what you're going to get. Nah, you got to literally convince yourself a little bit. That I can't even say it's convincing. It's like, you already know once you get to a certain point that this works, but you have to strengthen that intention. And your shield is one way to do that. It's like how we thinking, oh, I'm about to get this job. The reason why you got that interview is because you kept thinking about how you about to get the job. So You have to do that for the energy shield. And then it becomes to a point where you can just do it naturally, where you can just think one day, all right, this shield for today is going to be one for courage. And then you can switch it. You don't even have to do one for today. You can easily switch up one shield and turn it into something else. You should just collapse it, or you don't even have to collapse it, really. Just remake the energy, because everything is energy. So that's one thing I want to talk about on too, is that everything is energy. Now, by this point, you should already know that. Like, we all have our own little set amount of energy, but the world is like your oyster for energy. Like, I'm walking now, and the reason why I'm walking now is because I'm naturally feeding on the energy of the world. I won't say I'm feeding, it's like I'm just absorbing it in, and I'm giving it out to you guys. Like this, I honestly never, like, up until the other day, I didn't think about making these types of videos. I wanted to a while ago. Like, you'll find on my channel, there's a video like I made up 8 months ago, and that was the reason why I did that, because I had the energy to do that. But then after that, I just stopped doing it because I just didn't want to do it. I don't know, it's just the drive left. So now I came back and I realized I know a lot more than I know then. I thought I knew shit, but I realized I don't really have nothing to talk about back then. Like, I could talk about my stories and shit, but how I was going to do it, and I was in fear state mind back then. So it's just like, why not just wait? And then here I am 8 months later with the shit I need to talk about. Now, I ain't gonna say I know so much. Like, my abilities are far cry from where they used to be, to tell you the truth. There were random moments when they would spark up, and like, I swear, like, I have friends, I can get them to talk on here, where it just, you can ask me any question, I know the instant answer to it. Like, I'm kind of like that now, but slower. But let me say, the difference between then and now is that the energy back then was more fleeting. Like, it was free flowing. Like, it wasn't condensed into my body. Like, one moment I would have it, and if I don't have it, like, the entire day I would have it. But then the next day I wouldn't have it no more, and I'll be back to normal, feeling sluggish, or feel like some type of empty. Now I don't have that no more. Where it's like, for the most part, I ain't gonna say I'm 100% where I was at before, but it's like I absorbed a good, even if I absorbed a good 25% of how I was back then, that's way better than what I ever was. Like, that's way better. Like, the fact I can even say this stuff off the top of my head and tell you guys this means I'm way better than where I was like a year before I even found out any of this information, because I couldn't keep up this type of conversation for so long. I couldn't be able to keep saying new things for that long, because that's how my mind used to work. My mind was slow and sluggish. I don't even know if I'm making any entertainment for you guys. Sometimes I can, and sometimes I don't. Sometimes it's going to be kind of serious. It's just going to be how I feel in the moment. And today, I decided to just make some more videos. It's not going to be really just on that one subject that I was talking about, because honestly, I'm just walking around rambling a bit. Like, that's just it. I'm a regular person. I'm not really thinking about making no money on this. And if I do, people can offer me money later on if I feel like, if I want them to, in a sense, stuff. You know what I mean? Like, put up a Patreon or some shit, PayPal, and be like, if y'all think y'all should, y'all really want to help a boy out, help me out. But right now, I'm not thinking about that. I mean, I'm broke as fuck right now, to tell you the truth. But I choose to be broke, and everyone really chooses to be broke. Yeah, but it's like, I'm about to go to school. Like, I spent a year trying to figure all this stuff out. Like, the spiritual, like, I know my blessings coming. And I decided to share some of my blessings with y'all. Like some of y'all will take this shit, will go way farther than y'all will ever be. And some of y'all won't. Like, it is what it is. And the main reason why I'm making these videos is because, honestly, it's just to talk to myself, to tell you the truth. There might be a day when I have live streams and I can talk to other people. But right now, it's just to talk to myself. Become cooler. Become comfortable talking, really. Because I have friends who I'm able to talk to and shit like that, but they don't want to hear what I got to say no more. I've talked them to death about this shit. I don't have nobody else who is so deep ingrained with this. I wouldn't like to say I'm obsessed, but I kind of say I kind of am in a way. It's like, this shit, like, what is life? What is this world? Who are people? All we have is just other people telling us other stuff. Like, even now, I'm just telling you this stuff. Like, information is just passed on from the generations to the generations. There will be, what I'm telling you now will be lost. May be lost later on. Now, there are other people who are learning it and stuff like that, but there are people out here who would never know what I'm telling you now, or what you would ever tell your kid. Your kid may never tell their son or their kid certain shit. So it's like that information is gone now. Like, information is just passed on. We know nothing, really. We really just don't know nothing. Nothing that we can figure out ourselves. And except for, like, basic shit. Like, of course I could figure out, like, this stuff on my own. I could have figured this out all on my own. But then you find out other people have already figured this out. So, when did the information start? What is it? Is the information new? Was it ever new? What is new? What? No, it's not. Nothing's new. Nothing's new under the sun. That's what they've always said. Everything is just the same old shit. We still have war. We still have... Yeah, we just still have war, famine, still a bunch of other shit. Like, I don't know about all this peace, love, and happiness shit. I just know that if you love yourself, the world gets brighter. But it gets to a point where I think you have to love yourself in order to fight this war. Like, what war is it? What war really is it? But I wouldn't like to say war against evil. Was it war against good, war against evil? But sometimes you got to think, like, what is all, like, if everybody else gets themselves together, the world will change. Like, one person could change the world. Martin Luther King, he damn well changed the world. Like, come on. Like, nigga like Jesus, he changed the world. I don't know if he was ever real or not. It's too long ago. But let's say if there was a nigga named Jesus, he changed the fucking world. He may not have done everything that he did in the book because, it should be exaggerated, but there's a nigga around here walking around talking about this type of stuff, getting people to think and wake up and think more than what they were doing. He changed the world. A person like Buddha changed the world. All it took was one. He didn't have to go to war. Well, Buddha used to go to war, but he got out of that. So, but then again, that's kind of, I guess that could be the part of the problem. He got out of war. They got too blinded by the light. Like, we're on a world of duality. Like, these niggas came over here and took us over. And I don't know who I'm talking about. You may think I'm talking about white people. You may be thinking I'm talking about other entities and shit. It is what it is. You think about what that is. I ain't gonna tell you what that is. Well, maybe I will later, my own view on it. But right now, it's like, something's wrong. Like, we all know, we can feel it in our hearts. Something is fucking wrong. And ain't no love in us fucking... What are we doing, really? Well, all we can do, I guess. Get yourself together. And just don't get lost on the way of getting yourself together. When you're finally there, don't forget why you got yourself together, I guess. You came to change the world. Nikola Tesla, he changed the world. He would have changed the world. Let me say that. Well, technically, he already did. Like, most of the shit we're using now is based off of his work. Though that work was already far older, and he even said it himself. Like, this shit ain't new. But, back to the topic of it. Well, it don't really matter. I want to talk about whatever the fuck I feel like talking about. The main subject was going to be energy shields. So, that's your personal fucking tool that you can use to, like, protect yourself. I'm nearing, like, on the way home anyway, so I'm almost there. I might be wrapping this up soon. So, basically, how long it takes for me to walk around my house is how long these fucking videos about to be. Excuse me. I haven't even ate today. But, almost fucked up. What else can I talk about to you guys that will keep you here listening to me? Oh yeah, I know I talked about in another video, the other Servitor video, about your subconscious mind. And I'm just going to remember to repeat what I was saying with that one, because honestly, that's like, I was stressed, that's important as fuck. How do you get in touch with your higher self? Is through your subconscious mind. That is the bridgeway between your higher self. You could even say your subconscious mind is your higher self, but it's your dark light. It's like you have a higher self, and you got a darker self, your shadow self. Your shadow self is the person that is the version of you that you created to protect yourself. It is your shield. Not your like your energy shield, but it is like your mental shield for people. Like, if you the reason why you snap at a person if they call you a bitch, that's what your subconscious does. Your subconscious knows that if someone calls you a bitch, like, you're not about to let that slide. You can't let that slide. That's an assault on your person. Now, there's also, like, you can program it with certain things. So that's why certain people have different views on being insulted. So some people get violent, other people just be like, whatever, man, I got other things to do. And they equally are both good ways, I mean, not good ways, but equally are both ways that you could interpret a situation. So, and the reason why you do that is because your subconscious mind records literally everything you do. Every second of the day is watching you. But it's not the version of you that has to live through this shit. Like that's you. You live on the physical. Like you have this. You are your. I can't say you are your physical body because I don't want that people to think that. Oh yeah, but like we're actually just physical, just beings. So that's just one part of us. But we are. That is us. It's like with the body, mind, and soul. So I am my subconscious mind. And my subconscious mind feeds me thoughts that I've thought to it, like, over time. Like, that's why you can't think no more than you already know and shit. Like, you can't like, recall nothing that you've never learned before, because your subconscious mind, aka your mind, like, your conscious mind is everything that your subconscious mind knows. It's condensed and to, like, this small little focal points, this small little filter, so that we can say certain shit. So, I hope that makes sense, because it makes perfect sense to me. Like, if you think about your conscious mind, it's like you can't remember what you did yesterday, but your subconscious mind remembers what you did yesterday, and you're gonna most likely do the same shit that you did yesterday, and then over and over. That's why you take control of your subconscious mind, so that you don't do the same shit every day. You want to get to that point. Right now, we kind of live in a world we have to do the same shit every day. We go to a job, go do this, go do that. But that's why we work, like, to do our dreams and shit like that. So it's no longer really work. It's just us creating what we want to create into this world, instead of creating what other people want us to create into this world. And once you get your subconscious mind down pat, you get your conscious mind down pat, and then you're able to consciously talk to your higher self. We can always talk to them at any moment, but we don't always. When you don't have your subconscious mind down pat, you don't know if you're really talking to them, if that makes, like, sense. Like, if they're going to really respond, and they can't really respond the way that you want them to respond. It's like, if your subconscious mind is shrouded by a bunch of darkness and bullshit about the world, like, it's like it has a fear state of mind where something's after you. Like, everybody's after you. Certain people, like certain black people, always think that white people are after us, and I can see that. I mean, it'd be like that, but it's not really after us. They just worry about their own kind, and we just so happen to be here. And so they fear, every time they look at white people, they fear them, and they somehow live in, they say that they live in, like, that type of, like, area and shit like that. So all you walk around, you're about to do, that's what you see what you fear. You see what you see what haunts you, and so you talk to your higher self to get over this fear. But then it's like you didn't go into your subconscious mind. Your higher self, you ask your higher self for something, like, I need this new job, but there are white people working at that job. So what the hell is about to happen if you go to that interview and you just see a bunch of white people? You just fucked up your blessing. Your higher self sent you the job that you wanted, but you fucked up your blessing because you got feared. You feared that, oh shit, my manager's white, or whatever race you want to be, whatever race you don't like. You know, I'm not saying it's just to be like for black people against white people. I'm saying it for everybody, really. I'm just using it because I'm black and I live in a white world. So we live in America. This is not my home, really. You know that. You're not welcome here, really. This corporate world was not made for us. So black people live in that's our type of society. And you can say there are people who don't really fear white people, so they can go do what they want to go do, but they have other fears, and I'm saying that for other fears too. Like, if you have a fear of dogs and shit like that, like you can't walk through your neighborhood the way you want to walk because 30 fucking neighbors have a dog. Like, you get over that subconscious fear. That's how you beat your fears in the first place. It's like you tell your subconscious, you give him them reasons for why you don't fear this dog no more. This dog ain't about to do nothing. He's on a leash. And honestly, you're a fucking human being. People seem to forget that we're the most balanced creatures on earth. Like, if a dog comes up to me, I'm breaking its neck. I'm not gonna say I'm gonna break its neck, but if it really is like there ain't no person around, I can break that dog's neck. Now, I ain't gonna be none of them fucking big old fucking dogs or nothing. I can't do none of that. That's like saying I'm gonna fucking beat a bear. That's like a mini bear down. No, I ain't gonna be able to do that. But most of these dogs, you can kill them. Like, you can poke its eyes out. You can twist its skull and shit. Come on. Like, I don't want to be that brutal and shit, but it's like, dog, come on. It's just that simple. Like, they're really